Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're doing a speed build for my Not So Berry challenge that I'm about to start here on my YouTube channel, and it is actually a starter home build as well. I did do the free real estate cheat in the beginning, but then I started with the 20,000 simoleons, so everything that is built on the lot is a starter home basically, because it is not more than 20,000 simoleons. So if you're interested in the build, you can obviously download it from the gallery and you could use it as a starter home for your Sims. Just so you know, the Not So Berry challenge is different generations and it starts with the mint generation. So you can see my Sim for my foundress here in front of the building already, and she does have the mint colored hair and mint colored outfits, so I was also trying to incorporate that in the build. So later on when we do the furnishing especially, you will see a lot of mint colors. So if that's not really your thing, maybe change out some of the objects or recolor some of it, but for this challenge I tried to make it as minty as possible without making it too annoyingly bright. But yeah, I think it turned out quite well. I'm really proud of it. And yeah, so we did a very basic house shape. It is a starter home, and I put it in Oasis Springs because one of the things you have to accomplish in the first generation is your Sim is doing the scientist career, and as far as I know, the scientist, like the lot, if you go and play with the Sim, is in, I'm not sure if it's Oasis Springs or it's a desert city. So I decided to put her in Oasis Springs as well, but on the area where it is a little bit grassier. So as you can see here, it is grassy, but then in the background you have all the nice like stones and sand areas with some palm trees, etc. So I really wanted to do a smaller house with a lot of stone features. I am here, you can see that I'm trying to add some more stone like texture for the outside wall, but I didn't really like what that looked like, so we're gonna incorporate it a bit more inside of the house. But yeah, I do have the pillars here, and the foundation also is with stone. And then I thought maybe the house is a bit too small, so maybe I should add some like an extra space, but I ended up deleting it again because it is small, but I did actually fit everything that I needed in there. And just to make sure that I could, here you can see me first put in some lighting, and then I start just putting in the furniture before I even do a floor plan, because I just, from looking at this rectangular shape, I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do floor plan wise. So I decided to just place furniture first. This way I can also see how much money I'm spending just on the basics and how much I'm left with to decorate, etc. So we're picking a bed here. And it took me a while to find one that I like that did have this mint color. I really like that one, but then it would have been really expensive, so I might try to change that up when we earn some more money. You're actually allowed to do money cheats in the challenge, but I personally don't really like playing with a lot of money cheats because I like to have this extra challenge where you have to work for what you get basically. And especially for the first generation of the Not So Berry challenge, one of the traits the Sim has is materialistic, so it makes it a tiny bit harder even. So they do want nice stuff, they do want new stuff all of the time, so if you don't really have the money in the beginning, it is an extra kind of challenge, and I really like that. So I decided to make it a starter home to 20,000 and not do any cheats for the first build basically. So we're doing the kitchen here. I really like the Parenthood stove, so this one has a nice version of mint colors. Sometimes as you can see, the chairs, for example, they do have some sort of mint color or green or blue, but it doesn't really fit, and I didn't want to have too many different tones, so I decided to go more for a white and gray and stone theme for the rest of the furniture, just so we don't have too much like crazy bluish greenish colors going on right here. So for example, the smaller chair that I did pull out here, I ended up not liking because of the side parts, like the, I don't know, metal I guess it would be, was kind of a greenish color that I didn't really like, so I ended up deleting that again. And yeah, I just tried to get like as many little minty accents in as possible without going too crazy, because I did want it to look like, you know, like still livable and not like just crazy, like someone dumped a bunch of color on their whole furniture basically. So now I'm starting to put in some walls. Bathroom is gonna get a lot smaller. As you can see, I'm trying to shuffle everything together just so we do not need that much space for the bathroom. I just realized I didn't actually play test the bathroom, so I hope it works. If not, we might have to move some things around. I just really didn't want the shower to be like, I hate how the glass walls of the shower are also a wall, like next to a wall. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I had to do it again in this build, but like I try to not have to do that too much, so yeah. That's why the shower goes in this weird direction, so you basically have to walk into the corner to be able to enter the shower, so I hope my Sims can do that. And yeah, now we're adding in some more half walls because it is a very small space. I wanted to work with half walls to just make it seem a bit more open concept and not so squished and with too many walls. And when we start painting the walls, I actually do add in the stone texture for the half walls and the kitchen area. So right now we're just placing the stuff around. Another thing that is part of the challenge is that your sim from the min generation has to do the elements collection. So that's why I put that little shelving unit in there. That's where you actually put your elements in when you collect them. I mean, you can just keep them because there is a whole, I don't even know, like a collection system in the game that just lists it up. I'm sure you've seen it before. But if you want to display it nicely, that's where you officially can display your elements. So that's why that one is there. I tried to add in some more like nightstands and stuff. Again, going with the kind of whitish color scheme. And then I wanted to add in some nice artwork over the headboard. And I decided to go for that one to just like pull together the colors that we're using a little bit. Like the bed has a different wooden color, the bed frame, than the dresser, for example. So I tried to add this brown tone painting or collage of paintings just to make it all nicely go together. Now we're adding in a little workspace area. It took me a long time to find a desk that I was happy with. So here you can see me try it out, move around, try next one. And I'm actually going to go back to the first one. I pulled out the glass one. I think it looks really sleek and not so shabby. It looks a lot more expensive than it probably is. So yeah, I'm adding a desk here. I did not add in a computer at that point just because I didn't want to do one of those really cheap ones. So that's one of the first things we're probably going to buy whenever we do have some more money. I do add a television though. So that one we do have right here. What else? I'm really excited for the challenge. One of my next videos is going to be the introduction where I will explain the rules and everything for the first generation and introduce you to my foundress. Because I think you could get a small glimpse of her in front of the building, but we're gonna get to know her a bit better, and then I'm excited to start this challenge on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I didn't do a lot of landscaping, partly because we ran out of money, but also because it is still a desert town. So even though it does have this grassy area, I just didn't think it would be, I don't know, very realistic to have like a lot of trees, like lush green stuff. And I tried to add in like cacti, but it just didn't really, I don't know, it just, to me, it looked kind of weird. So also in the background, right behind the house, there is some smaller like park, I guess. I mean, Sims can just walk around wherever, but there is some small like even flowers I think they put in. So I mean, you're gonna see that when we get to the screenshots and stuff. But yeah, now decorating the walls and such. Oh yeah, you could see it quickly in the background. There are some like cacti and palm trees, and then some flower assortments. So with the windows, I struggled a little bit as well. Windows just get me every time. Like, I don't know, I hate putting it in before I add in the furniture, because then I just make it look nice from the outside and then it doesn't work on the inside, especially with the bathrooms, I do not want to put in like huge windows for the bathrooms, because then everyone could just walk past and like stare at you while you pee, which I mean, if you like that, then fine, but I definitely don't. So I always try to put in the smallest one, but then sometimes from the outside the house just looks empty because there's like nothing there from the outside, especially because I didn't do a lot of landscaping. I do eventually throughout the challenge, I guess, want to add in a pool area in the backyard, and then whenever she does get kids and such, or gets married and such, then we're gonna upgrade the house a little bit. But I thought she starts out quite career focused, so I thought it would just be nice to have a smaller place for her work stuff, like a little office area and her chessboard, etc., and then a nice kitchen. I was kind of surprised actually by how much furniture and decorations we could put in, which is the 20,000. I guess it's because I didn't make a big house, like it's just this one rectangular, quite simple shell, I guess. So yeah, I guess that's how we managed to have so much money left over just for decorations. And oh, for the kitchen, I do add in an ice cream machine, because it is a desert town, so I thought that would just be the perfect little thing to kind of splurge on and be able to have ice cream whenever. And I think I decorated the kitchen quite a lot. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the ice cream thingy from the cool kitchen stuff. I tried to add in some plants as well. I mean, I love plants, you know that, but yeah, I think it's a nice other type of greenish color that complements the mid tones nicely, in my opinion. Here I added in one more of those pillars just to make it look more like so the, how do you call that, like the texture of the stone wall makes more sense as there is the pillar, as if this was like underneath the paint and then it just redecorated or redid the house and like thought that naturistic wall would look nice. So some more decor items, and we're pretty much done, I think. I actually forgot to add in a thermostat while doing the speed build, but I did add that in later, so you're gonna see it in the pictures, I think. Yeah, I think I added it in before I took the screenshots. So yeah, just a last check, adding in one curtain. I wanted to add in more, but then we kind of ran out of money. And I forgot that I didn't have any outdoor trash bins, so I think I'm pretty much spending the rest of the money we have just on that. And do a tiny little bit of landscaping. I mean, the mailbox is free, but then the trash bin cost me, well, not too much, but yeah. So we're pretty much down to, I think, 12 simoleons it was at the end of it. But obviously, if you want to download this house and kind of redo it a little bit, be my guest, and you can easily just delete some of the decor items or change some of the stuff up for cheaper versions if you want to have some more money. But I think in the challenge we're gonna be focusing quite a lot on her job right away, so I think we're gonna make some money quite easily. And yeah, here we already have the screenshots. I'm really proud of that one. I love how it turned out. It's quite simple, but I think it has everything that is necessary to start out, and it has quite a nice kitchen that you can see here. I also really like the bookshelf from the fitness stuff pack, and this tiny little nook for the dining table. Then our bed, which is quite bad, we're gonna upgrade that quite soon. And then here are some more flowers, different mint tones. Here the studios area with her chessboard and elements collection rack, I guess. And the bathroom, quite simple with the quite green toilet. I really hope you liked the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe to see more of me. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye guys!